On a cold October night, at 12 o'clock, the frightening and questioning world of most people wakes up. The world of jinn with their usual actions, for some. I don't know why they love the night, as if there is a strong bond between them. Or could it be drawn in our imaginations only? That incident happened when I was no more than 8 years old, while my family was going to sleep. My sister brought up the idea of watching cartoons, when a movie about a knife-wielding doll was showing on TV. And what a tempting idea it was. The house was dark, but I couldn't watch the movie even though my brothers were around me. I was afraid. For the first time I felt insecure, and at every shot my body shivered and I tried hard not to show that to be strong in front of them. Finally, relief came. My older sister, who at that time was not yet 10 years old, turned off the TV without our permission and said, "Let's go to sleep, because tomorrow I have an exam and I will not leave you alone at this time." For the first time neither of us objected, as if we had hoped so, that we raced for our beds that night. Believe me, none of us slept peacefully that night. Nobody slept. When I lay on my bed, I felt as if someone was behind me, and then I felt him sitting at my head. I could not sleep at all. My sister was feeling hot in her legs. The strange thing was that the weather was cold. She could feel the sound of breath hitting her ears. As for my first brother, he used to see a shadow sitting on his bed. And my second brother, he used to feel that someone was walking around him. We were all together in one room. We were seeing and hearing strange things, and sleeping was impossible for us. We were not like the rest of the children who hated sleep to extend their happiness by playing. We hated it for the ideas, fantasies and sounds we heard. I feel like they are in my ears until now. We woke up in the morning as if we slept in the first place. And the dawn arose, bringing with it hope. Our hearts became more reassured when we heard our mother's voice waking us up. We acted happily, as if we had a good night's sleep, neither of us telling each other what happened to him, lest we show our weakness. Years after the accident, we moved from that house to another city, to discover after a period of more than 9 years that our old house was standing above a cemetery full of dead people. And then we told each other what happened that fateful night. The surprise is that even my father was seeing the same shadow as my brother, and my mother was hearing strange voices and feeling breathless like what happened with my sister. No one was spared from these creatures and their harmful actions. In conclusion, I would like you to answer my questions. Was what we saw and heard real? Or just a fantasy? When I remember those incidents, I wish they were just a lie, or fantasies and nothing more. In the end, keep your memories because they were created for the same reason we were created for, and thank you in advance. We had a lot of stories about my neighbor being possessed by jinn, and a lot of fights. Everyone who lived in the house had the same events and worse. In the end, the house was demolished after 2 years of abandonment, so no one would come to it. Note that the mosque was right in front of him, and we used to hear, see, and remain silent. Our memories are still tired of thinking about those scary nights. I chose the month of October not because it really happened in it. I don't know the month at that time due to my young age, but it occurred to me.